I don't know if you have seen Cham, but Cham is like the most buff guy in Latin America.
Oh, he's like the Mexican Zest, mate. You know, he's like chiseled. You know, he's like tall. He's got the bud, right? Like,
I mean, he's not very tall, really. He's kind of more on the small side, but what he has a lot.
exactly. He's got the full package, mate.
I mean, I don't know about the food packaging. You know.
I guess so. Regardless, like that's what I was looking forward to. Like, mate, content, right? Like Jim streams with special. Let's go. Like
Jim stream with special?
Yeah. Jim, not JimRising. I meant like, you know, Jim. Like working out and stuff like that, because specials in shape too.
Okay. I get it now. Yes.
Not him and not Rising, no.
Yes, completely agree. Especially now that also like special has looked better than ever.
Exactly.
Speaking of looking better than ever, this play does not look better than this guy does not look better than ever, but he's here. He managed to get to the final qualifying match of this DreamHack Latin America Close Qualifier. The third player, el streamer del pueblo, JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Chilean Terran. He is blue, representing himself. Some know him as Jens, but he is Jarppi.
Oh boy. No cheese.
No cheese yet. Going for a hatch first. Honestly, I'm surprised. Jarppi as well. Rax in his main. This game number 1, it's going to like really showcase the skill between these two players, right? Like, how can he shape up against one of the best Zergs in Latin America?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember that we saw Jarppi cheese at all during his qualifier run, right?
I'm trying to think, and I don't think we did. Yeah,
I don't think we did. So maybe Jarppi is not a player that likes to cheese very much. Maybe he's the one who plays more standard here, and it's gonna be Jim who's need to be on the cheese side if he wants something to happen.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're going to see it at some point, right? It's a best of 5. It's going to be a long series between the two of them. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jim goes for an early pool or an early Roach Warren in one of these games. But we'll see, because again, JimRising, he's also known for something else. Right, that King?
Yeah, he's Mutalis control.
Yeah, boy. He is the Muta King of Mexico, of Latino America.
I guarantee that we're going to see Muta more than one in this matchup.
Oh yeah.
In this series.
Jim,
I will not be if he keeps Roach Warren and goes directly into Flare.
It's possible. It's definitely possible. Like Jim, I mean, we don't cast enough of him on this channel anymore, but he can have amazing ZvT. If he is allowed to get a large enough Mutaflock, then he can become unstoppable. But he has to get there first. And Jim is delaying his third base for quite some time. Like, it's very late.
He's building quite a number of wins. He has 2 and 2 more in production. Is he gonna go for something cheeky?
We'll see. I mean, Jarppi's got to be thinking that right now as well. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like, your third is so late. It's incredibly late. He's 2-basing it up right now. We do have a couple of links sneaking across the map. Is there anything at home to defend? There's a single Marine. 2 Hellions are about to pop out.
Yeah, the Sterlings are not going to do anything.
Oh no, though. The Hellions, they leave. And Jim sees it with his Overlord.
Yeah, and the Sterlings do not go in, so as I say.
Okay,
he was waiting for Surf Speed, and here we go.
Yeah, exactly. It forces all of these SCVs off the line. 2 Hellions, though, they do pop out just in time.
And Jarppi loses nothing. He loses 1 mule.
Just a million. Ooh, this is important. Jarppi, he is denying the scout right now of JimRising. JimRising has not seen the fusion core.
To be honest, even I didn't know this fusion core.
Yeah.
I was definitely not expecting a battlecruiser play from Jarppi.
I love it for the most part. JimRising already has a decent amount of queens because he was stuck on 2 bases for a while. Like, he made an extra wave of them. He has 4 queens in total, but he is not ready for anything in the air. He doesn't have any spores, and the BC is already in production.
To be fair, his lair is not very far from finishing. So whatever he chooses, he may be enough to defend against these battlecruisers. Either Hydras, Corruptors.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there it is. I was about to say we should see a Spire as the Spire does get thrown down. So Jim is being very greedy right now, going for a fast Spire like this. Like, he ignored Evo Chambers, he ignored upgrades, he's ignoring banning speed, so he's very vulnerable to early aggression.
Well, he has to be careful. He almost got surrounded.
All these things are going to be cleaned up. The banlings, they connect, but they don't kill anything.
Yeah, Jarppi is forced to go back. Now, Jim still hasn't seen the reactor, right? The fusion core.
He has not. Yeah, and the BC is about to pop out. What do we have to defend? We have a Spore in the main. We have a Spore in the natural. We have a couple of queens. We have how many? 4 queens? Oh, that's not a lot of queens.
Only 4 queens, and they're starting to get picked off by these Hellions and Reaper. And here comes the battlecruiser.
Oh god, here comes the BC, forces all the drones off the line in the main base. Where is the Spire? The Spire's in the natural. It could get scouted. It needs to get scouted.
But on Jarppi, he's focusing on drones. 7 drones go so far. This BC is going to get away.
Yeah, that it is. Meanwhile, at the same time, the Hellions are going to try and hit the 3rd base. There aren't honestly that many drones here. Jim hasn't really been droning up, to be honest. There are 2 queens, but we'll see what he gets done. Yo, the links come in.
Oh no, this is a bad position for those Hellions. Interestingly, Jarppi didn't make any extra VCs, so it's only the 1. I was expecting 2, maybe 3 VCs. But no, it is only 1, and now JimRising going for the counter-attack, and the Mutal is on the way as well.
Yeah, again, the problem is that Jarppi didn't go into the natural. He never saw the Spire. He has no idea. He's not ready. He doesn't have any missile turrets. He does have Marines, which is great and all, but they're also kind of slow to respond.
Jarppi could be picked up apart if you manage to attack at several places at once. He finally sees the Mutalis.
Oh, the mutas do reveal themselves. They are going across the map. Where are the missile turrets? There they go. 1 starts, 2 starts. And Jim being relatively passive. He's still making nothing but mutas, so the mutaflock will grow. And here we go. Finally, he's headed towards the natural base.
The turret is about to finish, and it finishes. So yeah, 3 SCVs went down. And nothing more. Nothing more. Just Jim trying to be cheeky, trying to get in, get out, whatever he can.
Yeah. And I love that Jarppi isn't being stubborn. There are some Terran players who once they start going Marine tank, they stick with it, even if your opponent goes mutas. Nice. Tank gets picked off. But Jarppi, he's switching straight into Widowmines.
Yep. 16 Mutalies are on the map, like 60 meters. It is starting to become like a problem.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. The engine, it's gonna go down.
Yes. +1 to the armor of the infantry is denied. And oh my god, no, Maru, please.
Oh no! What? Okay, he turned around.
16 SCVs and the turret went down for like, what was it, 5-6 banelings?
Yeah, that was well worth it for JimRising. Jarppi didn't respond at all. The wall was not ready in time.
Yeah, good job for JimRising. He denies the armor. He destroys a bunch of SCVs. His floss of Mutalies has not gone down. He still has the 16 Mutalies, I believe. He has 23 now. 23 mutalisks. That's a lot of DPS.
Exactly.
If they come.
And the missile turret was not remade. The Marines are in position, but the mutas, they just go straight into the main base.
Trying to repair the missile turret. One goes down, the second one also is going down, but the SCVs retreat.
Oh,
he needs to be careful. He doesn't want to get trapped. Oh no, the mutas are starting to get pick off.
Yeah, a decent amount of mutas are being shaved off, and oh, the BC even intercepts.
Now Light, he lost 3 mutalisks and he's remaking 7.
True. That he is. He's still just sticking with the mutas. But again, I think it's something that's important to note, especially because Jarppi is producing them. All it takes is a handful of Widowmine shots, and yo, that muta cloud evaporates.
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't think that mine was able to pick it up. But it did.
A couple of banelings are picked up for free as well. JimRising, he's still on 3 races, by the way. Very surprising. His 4th is so late. Jim, he's... I mean, it's one of those things that just... It comes with age, you know, like Jim, he's focusing too much on the mutas and not so much on his macro. Just a bit.
Yes, even though Jarppi has been one on the defensive and the one that has been losing units, he has more population than JimRising currently.
Yeah, Jim has been neglecting his injects and his economy. Like, Jim is even, like, basically equal in workers, which should never be happening in a ZvT.
Definitely.
Especially with all this harassment, right? Like...
Yeah, Jarppi has been able to stay calm, keep up his macro, not sleep.
And soon Jarppi's going to push out. What's important, this wall did go down, so we have a bit of a Ling run by. Again, workers will go down here. Ooh, mules as well. Jarppi, thankfully, he does respond. The Lings didn't go into the mineral line.
Nice Widowmine shots. We destroy several of those Zerglings. Pretty sure Jarppi is just waiting for his 2-2 or 3-3 to be done, and then move out.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, a couple of random Widowmine shots are going off as well. Looks like they will be cleaned up. Something that's interesting is JimRising is now finally working on 1-1. He finally threw down his Evo chambers, finally working on his hive, thankfully. So eventually he will be headed towards that, I imagine, Ultralisks to help support the ground army. But we'll see.
Shout out to the Mega in the chat, who I think was expecting a Final Fantasy XIV stream from you. Like,
what are you on about, the Mega? Oh my god, meanwhile, Bailey run by doesn't get past the Widowmines. So shout out to the Mega, by the way. Of course, man, we've got plenty of StarCraft to cast. Oh, these mutas have to be careful. The Widowmines.
Oh, he loses the Overseer, which is huge.
Exactly.
Not being able to detect these Widowmines anymore. He needs to be careful.
Exactly. At the same time,
losing one too many mutalisks and that's engagement.
Exactly. Like, that muta cloud should be a lot larger than it really is right now. Meanwhile, okay, plenty of Lingbane to help clear this up. 1-1 did finish, 2-2 on the way. But at some point, here we go. Jarppi, he's maxed out. He's ready to go.
Yeah, maxed out. His +2 armor is almost done. How many mines does he have? He has 12 mines. But unfortunately, most of them are like spread around his bases, so with his army, not very many.
That's the thing. They have to be set up defensively just in case those mutas do fly in.
Yes, he has to be very careful watching engaging to Zergling Baneling. Because he won't have much splash damage.
Exactly. It's going to be all about his splits.
Can he pull a Chaos Fate? Can he pull a Chaos Fate? That's the question.
He's already losing his Widowmines. 3 Widowmines go down before the fight even starts. He only has 1 Widowmine left with his army. And yeah, he's not feeling confident. He scans and he backs off. He's like, nah, mate. And that's the problem with Jarppi's army right now, is like it has a lot of DPS potential if you have the micro for it. It's very fragile. So fragile.
You need to be a really good Terran to be a good Terran.
Exactly. That's why you just get Marauders instead, and you filter them in. Meanwhile, JimRising, he just A-moves his Banelings in.
Yeah, he lost all the banelings, and now these Marines are here ready. There's a lot of creeps, so he needs to clear a lot of creep. Plus, the Mutalists are still harassing in his main base.
Oh, Widowmine doesn't go off. The mutas do distract the army. A couple of Marines and Widowmines are forced to come back at the same time. Yo, the Marines are pushing on forward, taking down one of these bases, but there's a lot of banelings waiting. Let's go in.
The splits are okay. They were not very good, really, but what Jarppi doesn't have in micro, he has in numbers.
Exactly, but oh my god, here come the banelings. Wait, you need a micro or you need an amazing baneling connection. Widowmine, sorry. Good enough.
Okay, he has enough. Ooh. He managed to survive with a good amount of Marines still, but be careful. They're very low on HP.
That they are, and now here come the ultras. They're not amazing, you know, kindness plating isn't done, 3-3 isn't done either, but ultras are still pretty good against just pure marine.
Ooh, those Marines with such low HP, like one hug from those ultras and they melt.
Exactly. Oh god, and they got a couple of hugs, which is the problem. We got plenty of ultras here, and it looks like JimRising may be able to. No, he actually pulls away. He doesn't take down the planetary.
Yes. By the way, that planetary got infested. Do you know if an infested planetary shoots? Or does it stop shooting?
I think it still shoots. It still shoots. Okay. You can blinding cloud a planetary though. Fun fact.
Oh, that I didn't know. No wonder I'm losing all my games.
Meanwhile, ooh, Jarppi is not in position, mate. This planetary, it looks like it'll finally go down. There's a lot of ultras here.
I don't know, mate. Are they? There's a lot of Widow Mines, and there's not many paintings. Here comes the Veiling finally on the back, but be careful. The planetary went down, and there's still a lot of Ultralists. There's a lot of meat.
Exactly. Oh my god, Jarppi, he's trying to start a step backward. He does force his Marauders forward, so the Marauders tank the Veiling shots, which is great. But there's still so many Ultras.
Now JimRising enters Jarppi's base and GG, mates. That was it. That was enough. JimRising takes the first point. This best of 5 series.
GG, well played. Jarppi, he was also tunnel visioning a little bit too much there. He was focusing on nothing but Marine Widowmine, and he never scattered. After a certain point, he was focusing on on some harass and mainly muta defense, but he never scouted his opponent. He never saw the hive, he never saw the ultra cavern, so he was never ready for the ultras.
Mate, there was one thing that we didn't take into account when entering this matchup about who was the favorite.
What was that?
Remember who 2-0 Chaos Fate just a few minutes ago.
Exactly. Jimbo, he toured Chaos Fate. To be fair, I think Jarppi played pretty well there. Like, it wasn't one-sided, I don't think. JimRising was also making a couple mistakes here and there. I do think that, again, Jarppi needed to realize the ultras a little bit sooner so that he could switch into Marauders sooner. Like, pure Marine like that, it's exactly what Jim wanted. You saw, man, one hug is all it takes.
Yeah, man, one hug. We'll see in number 2 if Jarppi can manage to correct his composition. To work it out a little better.
We'll see. Or be a little bit more aggressive. Like, I would have loved to have seen a couple more drops from, like, just straight up Marine drops from Jarppi. To be fair, it's difficult to do that on Romanticide because it's so large. So maybe he'll have a little bit more luck here.
Yes, it is plus with all that cloud of mutas.
Oh boy, here we go. Gonna be loading into Lightshade as game number 2.
Here we go, mate. Loading in. Countdown has started. Welcome everyone to Lightshade LE, our next map in this best of 5 series. And starting here in the upper left-hand corner of the map, we have the Mexican Zerg player, JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Chilean Terran. He's blue, representing himself. It is Jarppi.
Again, no cheeses.
No cheese yet. No cheese yet. As Jim scouts. Is he going for a drone scout?
Yes, it is a drone scout.
Interesting. Wow.
He's the one who don't want to be cheese.
I guess. Like you
Who
just
knows what this Terran could do? You know?
you rarely see a drone scout in ZvT unless you're terrified of your opponent cheesing, and that's exactly what Jim is.
I mean, there's a lot of money on the line.
True. It's all on the line here, mate. As you just said, we are here in the losers bracket. This is the last chance these two have to qualify for the DreamHack main event.
Oh, interesting choice by Jarppi. He skipped the Reaper.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. He still goes for an SCV scout, thankfully, just to make sure nothing crazy is going on. But yeah, I love it. You know, going straight into reactors, straight into those Marines.
Yep. Okay. This maybe is a little too far fetched, but this reminds me of that little play that Terran did during the qualifiers in the match against Ryu, game number 4. Do you remember?
Vaguely.
The Marine Hellbat push.
Yes.
I look. The Marines are coming. There's a factory. If suddenly an armor is starting to be built, mate.
It's definitely possible. If I recall correctly, didn't Ryu hold that?
He didn't. He died.
He died. Okay.
That is why we went. That is why game number 5 didn't happen.
Yes. So we'll see what Jarppi can pull off here. We'll see if he goes for that, right? Right now he is poised to, you know, make a decent amount of Marines, maybe switch the factory with the racks and get out a couple of Hellions. And God, this is just hashtag Jim things. Even though he skipped his Reaper and Jim knows that the Reaper was skipped, he still doesn't get a third base on time. Like, he still delays his third hatchery. Like, there's no reason to do this.
Look, it's happening. It's happening. The armory on the way. Oh my God.
I
have to know, because like 1 month ago I didn't see this build at all, and now I'm seeing it twice in a week. I need to know who did it recently that everyone is now copying from.
I mean, Hellbat pushes have been the thing for a while, but again, specifically on a map like.
But they were usually with either Hellbats alone or Hellbat with Marauder. You didn't open reactors in the old days. What happened?
Yeah. I mean, Marine Hellbat pushes have been becoming a little bit more popular. I know we do see them every now and then in GSL. But yeah, on a map like Lightshade, I feel like this is a very map-specific thing, just because the rush distance by ground is pretty short on this map. And the Overlord just went down. JimRising doesn't see this, and JimRising, he's going straight for a Roach Warren.
I mean, Roach Warren is exactly what he needed, but the Roach Warren is not even remotely complete, and mate, it's about to hit.
It definitely is. And again, like, I do think that maybe just pure Lings, Queens, and Banelings would have been a little bit better, but hey, those 6 Roaches, they're on the way. And Jarppi, we'll see if he's able to get damage done before those Roaches pop out.
Interesting follow-up for Jarppi. After this, he's going Cloud Banshees. When Terran did it, he went for a Medivac instead.
God, and the Roaches pop out just in time. One of them does fall, but again, the Roaches are enough to push this away.
Look at that traitor's tumor. He needed to be killed.
He did.
But yeah, Roaches. The Roaches are going straight to the other side of the map.
That they are. They just don't even care, mate. Which is, I mean, thankfully, Jarppi is going for that Banshee, right? That Banshee is going to be key here to defend against the Roaches.
Yeah, mate. He has a wall He has a bunker being built. But even so, JimRising knew that because he opened with this Hellbat push, tanks were not going to be present to defend.
Exactly. But there is a single Banshee, a second Banshee is on the way. Oh,
mod.
Stim, repair, puppy, repair, Jarppi. Oh my god, no.
Okay, he does repair. He has enough SCVs here. And there's now one Marine in the bunker. So yeah, Jarppi is going to survive. Jim is not going to do like life-ending damage here. But also, he managed to defend perfectly Jarppi's push. Like, I don't think he lost a single drone, right?
He didn't lose a single drone. Also, he also forced the Banshee to reveal itself. So now he knows that he needs to get defenses for them. We got spores already. We got plenty of queens on the way. So these Banshees shouldn't deal too much damage either.
I love what Topin says in the chat that somewhere in Korea, Artus is shouting, no, that's a trash build.
Yes, yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Every single time it happens in Korea, Artosis gets upset because it never works. As we just saw, like it's like, oh my god, this Hellbat push, god damn it. And now JimRising, he's feeling comfortable enough to go for a Spire.
Yes, surprise. He has an Overseer, he has enough queens. These Banshees will do nothing really. Here they come. And here they go. Like, again, not even one drone lost.
Yeah, feels bad, man. Like, this is a disastrous start here by Jarppi, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's on him, right? It's high risk, high reward. Like, he opened up with a Hellbat push.
It wasn't really disastrous, really, because one, he didn't lose his army. Two, he didn't lose any SCVs with the counter attack, and his economy is okay. What that has this just been is a player being aggressive and a player really good at defending. But neither of the two players have gone down the path of, oh god, I'm losing so bad.
Well, the problem with what just happened is that Jarppi, again, he committed a lot to the aggression. It was stopped, and now JimRising, he's free to do whatever he wants. Like, there's nothing stopping him from droning up, which he has been doing heavily, by the way, and from teching up, which is why he's going for a macro hatchery. He's going for a Spire. Like, again, there's like, he's so free to do all of this.
Interesting. Something that I rarely see in pro players.
Yeah.
Team really wants more Mutalisk.
We typically see a macro hatchery when players like Dark go heavy Ling Bane and they skip mutas, and because you need the larva for something like that, for just pure Ling Bane. But yeah, very interesting that JimRising decided to go for the macro hatch, and here at the third base as well, not in his main where it typically is. And the Marines push out, but they just clear up a bunch of creep, and now here come the mutas.
14 Mutalisks are in the map at the moment, and let's see how much damage they can do.
Boy, they get spotted. Oh, he's trying to catch them. He stims forward, and he does zone them away.
If you ask me, that's a win in JimRising's books. No, he did a lot of damage to those Marines by doing nothing.
Forces a bunch of wasted energy. Meanwhile, JimRising, he just pivots around. He rotates towards the natural base. Ooh, the missile dart's not done, but there are some Marines.
Oh no, not again.
Oh god, oh god. Oh, and I love this from Jarppi. Last time Jarppi, he was stuck at home defending against the mutas. You know, he would split up his Marines between all his bases. This time, he's taking a little bit more of a chance, and he's pushing out hard to take out one of these bases of Jim.
We're gonna make decisions up. The Marines are moving forward.
Oh god, that they are. The queens are falling. Yo, where are the banelings? Just pure lings and mutas are coming in.
It's to be careful, a lot of mutas are going down. The tanks are clean up, but he loses all the settlings, and there's a lot of Marines alive. The base is going down.
The base does fall. What's important is all those banelings went down as well, and because JimRising was being so greedy and teched up immediately into those mutas, he still doesn't even have 1-1. So nicely done there by Jarppi.
Yeah. He traded us really well. Now the thing is, he needs to not lose more army, because he did lose 3 tanks and he did lose quite a bit of Marines.
But I love it because at this stage of the game, mate, he doesn't want tanks. He wants Widow Mines.
Oh, the middle is...
He wants them alive though. Yes, be careful. Be careful, Papi. Be careful, Jarppi. Oh, God. There we go. As at the moment, the mutas of Jim, they're trying to shock around. They're trying to find a stray medevac.
The splits are good. The splits are okay.
They're good enough, mate. They're good enough.
The main problem is that he was still engaging on creep. But there's still a lot of Marines here living, and there's no more bailing. It's only selling mutalists.
Exactly. Like, this is perfect for Jarppi. JimRising, he's losing a lot here. He's losing a lot of momentum as well. Jarppi just pushing on forward, taking down whatever he can. Loses a lot of mutas in the process.
Managed to save the Marines and the medivacs, and more Marines are coming.
Yeah, exactly. The Widow Mines Burrow as well. We do have a couple more rallying Marines, and again, Jarppi just has so many Marines, and there are no bailings. Without bailings, there's no way JimRising can hold this.
He needs that splash damage, and he won't get it. He won't get it. They play very well, and I think this is GG, mate.
Exactly. There's far too much. GG gets called, and Jarppi ties up the series 1-1. This is what I wanted more of Jarppi in game number 1, on the Romanticide. Like, Jarppi had such a large Marine army for a long time, as you saw, and he only pushed out when he got maxed out, right? Like, it took him a long time. He was just stuck at home, and he let JimRising do whatever he wants. Again, we can see like where Jim is weak, and we even saw it in game 1, like his Ling Bane. Right? He barely has any of it early on because he invests so much in those mutas. And because of that as well, his Evo chambers are late, his upgrades are late. You can take advantage of that.
Yeah, mate. Now let's see if he can keep it up for game number 3.
We'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, thank you so much, Angeline, in the chat does rate us for 68 viewers. We appreciate it. You have the weirdest sleep schedule if you're still around, by the way, because she's an Australian and she streams at like 1 a.m. or midnights, and she just finished her stream. It's almost 11 a.m. in the morning, mate. She's been streaming all night or all morning, I guess. It's crazy. We rated her when we finished streaming DreamHack China.
Right?
It's crazy.
I mean, is it really? Especially for you.
What do you mean? Look, I have a sleep schedule, okay? I wake up in the morning. But yes, thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Get some rest. All right, now that we're getting into the ace match, do you think this is the game? Oh, I say ace match, sorry. Now that we're tied up 1-1, do you think this is the game where Jim cheeses?
Yes. Yes, I want to say yes. Because you still have the room to come back for other games if you fail the cheese in this game. And you know that your opponent is able to beat you in a straight fight. So yes, this is possibly the best moment to do it.
Oh boy, we'll see. We'll see what JimRising has in store for us here as we are getting ready to get into our next game. It's going to be on 2,000 atmospheres. Yo, let's go.
You don't make the countdown starting. We're shortly going to load into this map.
That we are.
Are we
And
gonna see this?
are we? I hope so, personally. I hope so. I don't want Jarppi to cheese. Jarppi, don't do it. But we'll see.
And here we go. We have started our game number 3 in this best of 5 series and starting in the top right-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres. El streamer del pueblo, JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 atmospheres LE, we have the Chilean Terran player. He is blue, representing himself as he is teamless. It is Jarppi.
Again, not cheese, but JimRising scouting like a paranoid man.
Just like the last game. Oh god, Jim, mate, he's seeing things, he's hearing things out there, mate. Oh my god. I mean, I guess maybe they practice or they've hit each other on the ladder before, and maybe Jarppi is one to cheese. That's why Jim is scared. Maybe he just wants to be safe.
Yeah, we have started like exactly like the previous games. We have a hatch gas pool for JimRising. Meanwhile, we have a barracks gas for Jarppi. The question is, going Reaper? Yes, he's going Reaper.
Yeah.
No more Hellbat pushes shenanigans this game.
Exactly. A lot more standard here. I love it. We don't need none of this Banshee. Sorry, none of this Hellbat pushes. Nah, we're good. We just need Marines. Man with gun. It's OP.
I mean, one man with gun is very weak. 100 men with guns. Now
we're talking.
Yes, that is an apocalypse of men with guns.
Exactly. Oh boy.
Oh, it is a Terran. It should be an Armageddon of men with guns.
We'll come up with some terminology for that. Speaking of, I love it. Jarppi, he realizes how good men with gun are, and he's making a second Rax.
This is crazy, man. Is he going for a push for a fast push with Marines and Steam, maybe?
Hey, this is a 2-1-1, mate. That's what this is. We should be seeing a starport after this. Obviously, this means that we have a fast Stim, and then he will move out as soon as the medevacs are done. So again, this is something that that used to be a lot more standard back in Heart of the Swarm. In Legacy of the Void, it did kind of fall out of fashion a little bit. 1-1-1 did become a little more prominent these past couple of years. But mate, solid 2-1-1. I miss it.
Yes, but the thing is, JimRising is going to scout it. I believe his Overlord is starting to move into the base.
Yes.
And unlike the previous two games, Jarppi is not going to deny it.
Exactly. And even if he did with these Marines, like the amount of Marines is already suspect, right? I mean, the Raxes get scouted, and JimRising, he sees the researching tech lab. He knows what he's up against.
Now, Light, let's say you're JimRising and you scout this. What do you do?
I don't defend the most efficient way. I throw down a Baneling Nest just so I have Banelings to defend against the Marines. But I do know that pro players, to efficiently defend against this, you just make a bunch of Queens and Lings. Just enough Queens to push away the medevacs and Lings to surround the Marines.
Light VIP, everyone. Professional caster. Diamond player.
Exactly. Like, I know what the pros do. Because I'm Diamond, I don't do that. I just throw down Baneling Nest. But we'll see how Jim reacts to this. I'm surprised by how quickly he's going into Lair. Like,
yes, the answer is a fast Lair, apparently.
That's not the answer, mate. That's not the answer. That's how you lose. Fun fact. Okay, he throws down a Baneling Nest. Say he's like me. Look, he's he's Diamond like me. So
he's Diamond like you, mate. JimRising better not be hearing this.
I wanted to hear it, mate. I wanted to hear it. I love you, Jaime. I love you. Ay. So here comes the first medevac. Interesting. This is not what I expected. This is a variant. So normally you go for the factory, you get the reactor, you switch, and you move out with 2 medevacs, right? This is a lot more committed. He kept the reactor on the factory, and he made an armory. Mates.
Mate, this is another Hellbat push. What the hell?
This is a lot stronger though. Much stronger, mate. Stim is done. And mutas are not gonna help you.
Look at the bright side. no roaches this time. Only banelings.
Exactly.
With good micro, doesn't matter.
True. I mean, again, like, these Hellbats are going to be here to tank those banelings. How many banelings are there? 3? That is not enough, mate. Right, Jarppi's got to go. He's got to go now.
He's going. He scans the army.
Oh my god.
He's going for the banelings.
2 banelings already go down. These are going to be denied.
Mate, no more banelings. There's only one bailing. One bailing is not gonna do anything.
It's not gonna do anything, mate. Jim, this could be it. The bailing gets focus fired. And now it's only queens. Aspire is on the way, but that's not gonna help you here, Jim.
A lot of drones are starting to go down. 15, 17, 18 drones go down. More sellings appear, but they're not banelings. Down.
The Spire gets focused down, GG gets called, and Jarppi takes game number 3.
Mate, what a crazy build, mate. I was not expecting that at all.
I'm gonna counter that and say that Jim scouted it. His response was he didn't respond, is what happened. he saw both Raxes and he saw Stim being researched, and he decided to defend with 3 banelings? And go for a Spire with a fast lair? Mate, you gotta respect your opponent and what they're doing.
My opponent is being aggressive. I guess I just die. That's what Jim decided to do.
Mate, that game, Jim does not have a right to be upset. He went Spire, mate. Fun fact, story time. I say this whenever we see a 2-1-1. We casted a weekly with Miyamika versus Seether. And this was, do you remember Purity in Industry?
Vaguely.
It's a very small map where the Russian distance by air is also incredibly tiny. And it's very white. It was last year, at the beginning of last year. And Miyamika went 2 base muta, which is essentially what Jim was doing here. Seether went for a 2-1-1. Because the rush distance by air was so short, he lifted up the Marines and the medevacs, went across the map. As soon as the Marines landed, GG. Like, Miyamika tapped out. Like,
you didn't even have to land one shot.
Exactly. Oh god.
Here we go, mate. We're loading map number 4, my favorite map in the map pool at the moment. Although I gotta say that I'm liking like Beckett Industries more and more.
Mm-hmm.
This one's still my favorite. So welcome everyone to my favorite map, Blackburn LE. And here we have El Streamer del Pueblo, the one who needs to win the next 2 games. Otherwise he's out. He's going straight to Desafiantes. This is JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Chilean Terran player representing himself. But you know what? Up 2-1 in this best of 5. Just needs 1 more uno mas, and he qualifies for the DreamHack main events for Latin America. It is Jarppi.
Again, Jim being paranoid.
Mate. Oh god. He's looking for a proxy, but there's nothing out there, mate. It's nothing at all.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Jarppi just needs to cheese inside his main base, and Jim can see it, and it's going to die anyways, as we saw last game.
Mm-hmm. God damn it, Jim. He just wants to go mutas. And it's fine to rush mutas. Like, it's worked before. It worked for him in game number 1. It's fine, but like when you Zerg for the most part is a reactive race. You know, you can't just go in with a plan and stick with it. You have to scout your opponent and respond to what they do.
Someone please tell Jim that in Lake there's more than only mutants. There exist other buildings apart from the Spire. No, he can make a Hydra then, he can make a Nidus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can still just go Lingbane Muta. It's just, you know, make some Lingbane, right? Make some queens.
Now,
yeah.
I wonder if Jarppi is going to go aggressive against this game, just because of how short the distance is.
I would hope so. I think based off of how the 2 games just went that he won, he knows, man, I just got to apply some pressure and Jim breaks. Like, I just early on, you know, I can't just sit back home. As we see, Reaper first, once again, pretty standard opening from Jarppi. We'll see what damage he can get done. Oh.
The answer is maybe nothing. The settings are safe. The Reaper is still alive, but not going to kill anything. He's going to get 1 Zerling.
Ooh.
He does not get 1 Zerling. Nice one.
Almost.
Oh, he does get 1 Zerling. A little bit of miss micro by JimRising.
I mean, thankfully JimRising keeps everything safe. And again, this is just how JimRising likes to play this out. It's very Jim of him to just delay the 3rd base for as long as he does. I'm excited though because I have high hopes that Jim may take the gold at some point.
Yeah, you would, right? Yeah, you would.
I mean, Jim needs all the help he can get, okay?
Mate, is Jarppi going for another Hellbat push? No, okay. He just made 2 extra Marines. I was like, why is he making Marines out of the reactor?
Yeah. What he does do with these Marines is he does deny, or he's trying to deny a scout. This is a little more standard, straight up 1-1-1. You know, racks factory into starport. And ooh, I'm pretty sure this is how Jim beat Chaos Fate. We've seen him do this before. There's a Roach Warren. And a lair.
Yep, finally a quick Roach Warren, a quick lair. JimRising. All in 2 bases. All stayed in 2 bases, by the way.
And this is terrifying because Jarppi's going for armory. You do not want Hellbats against a Roach all-in.
It's obviously for Thors.
Thors would do better than Hellbats. Ay. So this is going to be one of 2 things. Are we going to see Nidus or fast Roach speed? Boy, as he's taking a couple more gases, regardless, Jarppi still does not know what he's up against. And there's the Nidus.
Okay, it is the Nidus, but here comes the army of Jarppi.
Yeah, he's gonna spot the Nidus at least. He will be pushed away by the Roaches, but does he see? He does.
He does. He sees the Nidus, and here they come. But that's a lot of Roaches, that's a lot of damage, and that's a lot of HP that can withstand these Hellbats. Jarppi is forced to go back.
Yeah. Roaches are the hard counter to Hellbat pushes, so that's why I was really concerned when I saw the armory because of this, right? His push does get pushed away. He did see the Nidus, so he's aware that he needs to be very vigilant. There it is, the Nidus does get thrown down. Jarppi sees it.
Here you go. Transforming into Hellbats. Just kill it. Just barely, but he did manage to kill it. Nice job. But now the Nidus is on the entrance. We have a bunker, but we don't have Marines inside.
Yeah, he accidentally clicked on the medevac. They loaded it instead of the bunker. Oh, God.
Just by nothing, as we say in Spanish, por un pelito. By a hair width, he managed to hold.
Yeah.
Now, Ravagers plus Queens plus Roaches. This is a lot of damage.
Yeah, the
bunker is going to fall.
It does.
The second bunker is not ready.
It's not ready at all. The Liberator, where did it go? I think it went across the map. It's not here to defend. Even if it was, it could even get biled down.
We have a Banshee. It is a Banshee. So eventually this is going to be clean.
I mean,
but mate, damage is being done. 21 workers went down already.
Yeah, and you know what? The Banshee is not enough because there are Queens here to take it down. Oh boy, as the army is slowly trying to get up the ramp, the problem is the Queens are very slow and they're very thick. So, you know, they're causing a bit of a traffic jam, but there we go. They just bypass the ramp and go straight into the main.
There is a tank, which is very important, and there's only one Ravager. So exactly. They cannot one-shot it.
This is true.
Well, here we go. The SCVs are being pulled again. You don't want to pull SCVs more than once. And now Jarppi has done it several times already.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That one tank is doing so well for Jarppi. Without it, I think it would have all been over already. Thankfully, there's only one Ravager. We do see Jim. He's trying to deal some more economic damage, but oh god, so far, I mean, decent defense by Jarppi. I just don't know if it's enough.
Oh, the Banshee. Be careful, Banshee.
Banshee almost gets taken out. One of the tanks. Oh god. It's exposed.
Tank went down finally, but not many units for JimRising left, except that the reinforcements came down. Right?
Yeah, there we go.
Second tank is going to be focused.
It does get focused down. At the same time, the Liberator is sieged up at his natural question mark, trying to hold on there, and it looks like it's far too much. JimRising overwhelms his opponent. GG.
GG, mate. We're going to the ace match. Dragon Soul in the chat says this map reminds me of Nuclear Prison, and yes, it is the basic layout of Nuclear Prison as well. Only that with slow zones in the middle between the two bases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Nuclear Prison like 3.0 basically. But we already have a Nuclear Prison 2.0. Wait, we're tied 2-2.
We are tied up 2-2. We're going to that ace match. Oh boy, Jarppi blindly going for that Hellbat push. JimRising, very nice counter to it. Again, kind of blindly. It was, I don't know if I would go as far as to say a build order win, but that was kind of how it played out there. Things were not looking good for Jarppi, and yeah, we're going into game number 5. Oh boy, oh boy.
Are you okay, Light?
I like how Dragon Soul said Dream versus Bunny had a crazy GSO game there recently. Newkirk Precinct? Mate, that's an old map.
Yeah, Nuclear Precinct is like two years ago, I wanna say.
More than 2. Hold on, let's look at Newkirk Precinct Liquipedia. That's got to be like 2017 or something, right? Am I crazy? 1v1 ladder. November 2016 to May 2017.
Yeah, more than 3 years ago. 4 years ago. Hey.
4 years ago. Jesus.
I have like the worst like luck when it comes to maps, because usually the maps that I like the most to play in the ladder are the ones that I like remove after one season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember like Cerus Prime at the beginning of Legacy of Heart of the Swan? Only one season. Do you remember what was the name of this map? Borgel Precinct? Only one season. Do you remember at the beginning of Legacy of the Void that there was basically a multiplayer map in ladder?
How so?
Because it was four-player map, so four spots to live in, but your ramp to your natural was huge. But you had another base inside your base as if it were a 2v2 map.
Yeah. I remember this.
I love that map. I love it. Cheese on that map because it was so big that I just built proxy reapers in the middle of the map, and I always won all my TVTs.
Yeah,
because of that.
I've heard. I kind of miss the 4-player. I understand why they're not in the game, but at least bring back 3-player maps like Catalina. You know, like
I understand why they're not in the game, and I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree with decisions to why there are not more than 2-player maps in the map pool. Like, remember Whirlwind? Whirlwind was a good 4-player map that could totally work in this meta.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the argument being like, you know, the RNG and then like all this build order stuff, and it's like, mate, if you wanted to standardize the maps, then all the maps would look the same, right? It's like, that's not what we want. You know, we want variety.
Not a Blizzard, but that's okay because ESL is now in charge. Speaking of being in charge, here we have the Zerg player who wants to be in charge of this game so that he can advance to the next round of DreamHack Latin America. El streamer del pueblo playing for Timbers Esports is JimRising.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Chilean Terran. He is blue, representing himself. It is Jarppi. Dragon Soul was talking about Blackburn. Blackburn, the map. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh boy, but here we are, mate. We have made it all the way to the ace match. This is it. This is the final qualifying match. This is the last chance these guys have to qualify for the main event, and it all comes down to this map. All excited.
I have two things to say about how this map has started already. This game has started already. Number one, Jarppi again, he skipped the Reaper. Number two, and possibly the most important, JimRising didn't scout like a madman.
True, very true. He did scouts, but only with his overlords. He scouted the proxy locations as best he could, but this time not with the drone.
Yes, not with the drone. So he was a little more sensate this map.
Definitely, definitely. What I will say is that I hope Jarppi doesn't, as we get a bit of a pause, I hope Jarppi doesn't go for another Hellbat push. What was that? What? Okay. Like JimRising immediately straight away is ready. I am not a ref. Did he say his spacebar was falling off?
Yes.
What? What are you doing to your spacebar? God.
I don't know, mate. You know how pro players are. You know they've been a little rough sometimes.
Is this spacebar like the muta key? Is that it? That's why it's so big. So you make sure he makes the mutas. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, if you see the keyboard of JimRising, instead of a normal key, it is basically a 3D print of a Mutalisk over this spacebar.
Oh my god. All right, but yes, already a very large marine count. I'm just afraid, like, I really don't want Jarppi to go for another Hellbat push. Like, I don't do it, papi. It's just so risky, and I don't think you need to take that risk, right? Like, we've seen Jarppi do so well in the mid game, and he's doing it. Oh god.
What can I say? He likes it.
I guess he does. The Marines get scouted.
The thing is, Jim needs to go for Roach Warren, which the games that he managed to stop it successfully was because there was a Roach Warren.
Yes. To be fair, you don't need a Roach Warren.
Assembly is going to enter.
Yeah, he scouts, he sees everything. And what I was about to say is that a Roach Warren is not necessary to hold this. You can hold this with a Bailey Nest, and that is Jim's response here. And because he has scouted everything, like, mate, he should be prepared. He's still going for a lair, but
that's what we said in game number 3, and look at what happened.
It's true, because it's happening again. Like, he's still going for the lair, but this time he does have the Baneling Nest, so he should be morphing in as many Banelings as possible. He has plenty of queens. There it is. He even throws down the spine. Jarppi, not like this.
Then is the Marines, and the Hellbat is here. And the Baneling is not ready. The spine is not ready. It's only queens and settlings.
Yeah. I think what's important is that Jarppi isn't committing to this. As soon as he got scouted, like, ideally you would push with more, but he's probing up, like, he's making SCVs. Maybe I spoke too soon. I don't know. Oh god, Jarppi, please. Don't throw away your army. Oh god.
Oh no. Oh, that's a really good Baneling connections. No. Jarppi. This push is over.
Like, the 2 games that Jarppi won, he won in the mid game. He won with his strong bio play, not with Hellbats. Not like this.
I mean, that is not true. He won 1 game with Hellbats.
That's true, I guess. Well, I mean, Jim lost the game with Hellbats, I guess. Oh god, and there it is, Jim. The Spire is on the way. He's going to base Muta.
Joker, I know.
Shock, right? And it's gonna work. Like Jarppi stuck at home. Yo, that third CC. No, don't go down.
It got cancelled. Okay, it got cancelled. It is bad, but it is not as bad.
I mean,
I don't know what he was doing.
I was just chilling, mate. Just chilling. This is disastrous.
Oh boy. Jarppi is not going to reveal that CCC. He's just going straight to bases.
I like this. We'll see how many Marines he can get out.
I don't.
Well, like, trying to macro out of that early game, that early game, when mutas are about to pop out, like Master Marine may catch Jim off guard, especially if Jim just focuses on muta production. Maybe. We'll see.
These poor Hellions just enter to do nothing, just to die.
And the problem is that Jarppi hasn't scouted. He doesn't know about the early lair. He didn't double check the third base. He doesn't know about the spire. The mutas are on the way.
Man, is he putting reactors on his barracks? Not only is he going for a lot of barracks, he's going to delay the push even more because the reactors take so long in building. At least the Banshees are doing some work.
They are. They're gonna. They should distract the mutas. Never mind. The mutas ignore the Banshees. They're going across the map. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh god. Jarppi has 3 Marines slides.
He has 3 Marines. This could just be it. It could be over just like this. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. As the Marines go down, does lose a muta.
When mutas are coming in, like I think the Banshees has been cleaned up over at his base, and he just drawn in without worry at all. And yeah, this is going very bad for Jarppi.
Very bad, very bad. I mean, Jarppi's trying to defend, and so far he hasn't really lost any workers, any economic damage. But again, these mutas are doing a lot right now. The best that Jarppi can hope for is to like try and turtle up, get a big enough bio tank force, and just push out across the map and try and end the game. And hope that JimRising neglects Baneling speed, because he still doesn't have it. He doesn't have upgrades either.
Yeah, like, he has been neglecting that Baneling speed.
Yeah. So then maybe he can pull something off.
Those mutas being very annoying still. See, and the most worrisome thing is that Jarppi is still on 2 bases. This is an all-in, mate.
Exactly. This is his one chance right now. He's pushing everything across the map.
I will not be surprised if the SCVs are being pulled right now.
Yeah, exactly. And the unfortunate thing is that Jarppi is also trying to defend at the same time. He's been spending a lot of stims trying to go back and forth between the bases. Now he finally pushes out. Jim, he's on top of it. Baneling speed is on the way. He's morphing in Banelings to defend. Let's see. Can he do it?
Are going to down. Jarppi is now heavily supply blocked. This is it, everyone.
Yep.
What Jarppi has is Jarppi needs to win. Otherwise, this is GG.
Yeah, there are, what, 5 Banelings ready? A couple more on the way. It looks like the Banelings are going to finish up. Again, no Baneling speed. With the best micro, it's possible that Jarppi could take this out. Oh god, but here he comes.
Oh, the Banelings got shot down, but there's a lot of Mutalies and not enough Marines. This is it, mate. This is it.
Yeah. That was honestly a pretty good fight for Jarppi, but he just didn't have enough Marines. He just didn't have enough army supply, period. And now JimRising shuts it down. He's going across the map. What is there to defend? A handful of Marines and a missile turret.
Wait, there's more Baymax than Marines. This is worrisome. This is GG.
This is it, mate. Aye. Jarppi, he had a really good showing today. He had a very good showing. Made it to the ace match against JimRising in the qualifying match, but GG gets called.
GG, JimRising, congratulations. You are still one of the top 8 players in Latin America, and you advanced to DreamHack.
Congratulations, Jim. He qualifies for the main events. He had a bit of a hard time. Again, went to the ace match. I'm very impressed by how Jarppi played, especially because he has been inactive for so long, and he only came back to the game relatively recently. For those wondering, Jarppi was competing in Warcraft 3 last year, back when Warcraft 3 was announced and when it came out. But he is back to StarCraft, and he was looking good, but in the end, not quite enough. I saw a couple of people reacting in chat. I'm also surprised that he still committed to the Hellbat push after it got scouted. It's like, mate, like, transition as soon as possible. Like, GG.
GG, mate. GG. And with that, we have 8 players that we're going to see next week for the ESL DreamHack summer season in Latin America. We have the 4 invited players, Special, Kerasur, Eric, and Cham. And the 4 qualified players for today, JimRising, the Zerg Lord, Terran, and I'm missing Paco Mike.
Yes, Paco Mike. So congratulations. As we can see on the screen right now, of course, the top 4 players were invited straight into the main events, as Ducklings just mentioned them, the 2 Zergs and the 2 Terrans. Thankfully, we will have some Protoss representation, Paco Mike being the only Protoss player in the Latin American main event, surrounded by nothing but Zerg and Terran. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, man. GG, man. GG. Good games for today. A really lot of back and forth between them. Just to, this just to show how close these players were skill wise.
Definitely. And I look forward to the rest of the year. It was great to see Jarppi come back and Terran come back and some of these other players. I hope that they, even though they didn't make it to the main events, even though Jarppi didn't make it to the main events, I hope he stays consistently playing and practicing and improving, right? He hasn't been back for that long, and that's what's exciting about him. You know, it's a similar story to Darkness from last year, where it's like, hey, he's back, he's doing well, hopefully he can keep practicing, keep improving, and come back even stronger next season.
We hope so. You know.
And hopefully Eggs can stop playing League of Legends.
No. I think that you're asking too much.
That's I know.
Uni on the chat says Jimmy is dancing some cumbias on stream.
Of course he is. Yeah, of course he is. Oh god. God damn it, Jaime. I'll have to look at the Twitch clip later. Congratulations, Jaime. Congratulations, JimRising. He maintains his spot there in that main event. Well deserved. Ooh. And with that, we are done for the day. If I'm not wrong, this was the final closed qualifier, period, out of all the regions.
Yes, we are the last one. Congratulations, like, you survived.
Yes, we survived. We were able to cast almost every single one. We casted the NA one, the Oceania, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and now Latin America. We made it. It was a very intense weekend. Yesterday we had 4 broadcasts. The day before that we also had 4 broadcasts. We just back to back. Oh my god, but we made it through. Congratulations to all the players. It was an amazing day of qualifiers. Obviously, you know, it's bittersweet, right? The CranKy Ducklings, we have our own pro team, and we also tried to qualify. Ryu did so well, and he just barely didn't make it. He could have been here. Likewise for Oceania, Oreo and Starduck also consistently made it to those qualifying matches, but just barely couldn't make it to the closed qualifier. But we will be cheering hard for our lone Brazilian duckling, Eric. Of course, is representing the CranKy Ducklings there in the main event for Latin America, so we will be supporting him and giving him as much support as we can, and love and coverage. And yeah, we can't wait to see how well he can do, because he has also been on fire recently.
Yes, I cannot wait to see him recently. He's been really good. I want to see how good Specialist it is. I want to see how good Kerasur is now that he's been in Europe for some time now, and Europe has become like the place to be for StarCraft almost. And especially Cham is in Korea. He's only been a few weeks, but who knows how much he can improve in such a amount of time.
Exactly. Everyone has just been improving so much recently. It's going to be amazing to see this main event once it does get underway. Speaking of, we, of course, I guess I should say this here because we're not going to be live on this channel, but in a couple of days is the main event for Oceania and Taiwan, Hong Kong, and we will be the official B stream. We won't be streaming on this channel on the CranKy Ducklings. We will be streaming on ESL_SC2B, I believe, on the official ESL B stream Twitch channel. We will be there.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that, something like that. So yes, we'll be there. We'll be covering Oceania and Taiwan, Hong Kong, and next week we will also be covering China. So yes, we'll be live throughout the entire DreamHack period there for those regions. Of course, Desafiantes is also in a couple of days, right?
Yes, it is coming in 2 days, in Tuesday, May 18th, at 6 p.m. Mexico, 7 p.m. Chile, 8 p.m. Brazil, which is like, for you, what is it like? Is it like 6 a.m., 7 a.m.? No, it's like 9 a.m. Australia, something like that, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it is early in the morning here. Let me just double check. For me, it's at 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Yes, and if you want some spoilers, we have already your Patito Ryu confirmed.
Ooh, nice, nice. So for those wondering, in 2 days, we'll be having Desafiantes. If you wonder, what the hell is Desafiantes? It's basically Code A for Latin America. The CranKy Ducklings and La Espida, we run an event for the players who didn't qualify for the main event. So players like Jarppi, players like Shakti, maybe even Eggs as well, and Chaos Fate, I imagine the four of them are going to be featured in Desafiantes. So even though they didn't make it to the main event, we are running a tournament for them, as well as for other players to earn some money.
Yeah, definitely. There's I think $200 on the price for the players, and the most important thing, the exposure, because mate, going from Copa America 16 players to EPT DreamHack just 8 players, that hurts a lot of your chances to being seen in the biggest stage here in Latin America.
Definitely. Oh boy. And with that, we are done for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for the support. We finally finished our DreamHack qualifier run. After this, I would love to rest, but I'm probably just going to start editing all the VODs from the weekend, because there are a lot of VODs. A lot of VODs to edit. Oh, God.
There's no rest for the wicked lights.
No, not at all. Not at all. Mate, speaking of, where can people find more of you, Dad King?
Hello everyone, you can find me on Twitter mostly at darking665 on Twitter. I post a lot about the Latin American tournaments and other interesting tournaments that I usually admin or that I keep my eye on. So for instance, now that the DreamHack qualifiers are over, the Sentimiento Latinos and Battle of the Americas and Copa Hyperions are going to return to his usual schedule. So expect a Copa Hyperion this Friday and a Battle of the Americas on Saturday.
Yes, exactly. Of course, you can find them.
Desafiante on Tuesday.
Yes, and we will be we will be the English broadcast for all of those events here on the CranKy Ducklings. So yeah, massive shout out to Darking. Darking is the admin, the man, el padrino behind the scenes for Latin American StarCraft. Give him plenty of love and support. Thank you so much for joining me for the broadcast as well. You've been casting a lot more with me recently. I really appreciate it.
Yes. The bill is going to be very expensive.
Oh God. And you can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. I do stream throughout the week. Not recently though, because we've been busy with DreamHack casting. And along those lines, you can also follow us here on the CranKy Ducklings. We are live every single day this week with plenty of StarCraft. DreamHack qualifiers may be over, but we still have plenty more to come. Our next broadcast is tomorrow, ESL Open Cup Americas. So I'll be casting that alongside Milk and Cookies. It's been a while since I've casted with Milk and Cookies. He has been sick, but he's feeling a little bit better now. So I'll be casting that alongside him if you want some North American, Latin American, and South Korean StarCraft, since they all show up there to compete in that ESL Open Cup. And yeah, again, you can follow us on the social media as well. CranKy Ducklings, we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have our own Discord channel if you want to join us there. We also have our own YouTube channel. So if you missed a broadcast and you want to tune into it, then you can check us out on YouTube, or you can check our VODs on Twitch. They are saved in both places. It takes a little bit longer for the VOD to be published on YouTube because we have to cut it and make thumbnails and edit it and all that stuff. But it's all there on Twitch. And with that, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you so much. It was a great broadcast. And thank you, Ducklings, for joining me.
Thank you for having me. It was very fun. See you next season.
Yes. Ciao.
Bye, everyone.